I think I'm live. So, like always, I just went live in the YouTube studio. So let's figure. Oh yeah, I can see chats. Yeah, I think this is easier than I did 2 weeks ago. Last week I couldn't make it. So let me know if I'm live. I could actually check myself somehow. Let's check it out. Let's go and see what it looks like. Yes, I am now live. I think I can go over here though. All right, sweet. All right, cool. So what I want to do tonight is I want to kind of go through the video that I did yesterday. Uh, yeah, the video that I did yesterday and answer any questions that people might have. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. And I want to talk about some things that are a little controversial in how I look at certain things when it comes to like software as a service versus service with the software. And just kind of why I believe most people struggle in this business because they try to follow what everybody else is trying to do when a lot of times it doesn't make much sense. And so that's kind of what I want to do now. So let me jump over here. Let me pull up my. I'm going to pull up what I did yesterday. And then I'm going to share. Share. No, not like that. Share screen. See what that looks like. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. All right. All right, cool. So I wonder if there's a way that I can look at. I think I'll slide this over here. Yeah, I think I could do that. Okay. So one of the main reasons that I did this video is I did a video similar to this probably about a year ago, maybe even longer than that. And number one, can everybody hear me? Well, I don't think there's even anybody on. I don't know. Is anybody here? Can you just throw a chat in here and make sure that you can hear me before I go through and everybody's like, I can't hear you. Somebody, please. There's 7 people here. Can somebody just give me a quick comment and let me know if they can hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, maybe. Yes, you can. Okay, Never Stop Agency. Nice. All right. Since you can hear me, one of the things I wanted to go through is, this is kind of my plan for this year is talk about the video that I do on a Tuesday, let's say, and then kind of go through and answer some questions on a Wednesday. Because I know a lot of people, they tend to have questions, right? And they tend to not understand like why, a lot of times on YouTube, everybody's going to be doing videos on whatever the trend is because it gets you the views. You can see from my channel that, obviously I don't really aim for views because if I did, my channel would look a lot different. It would be more of like, an affiliate play as far as, how to drop ship, how to make money online, how to do these things. Now, doesn't say that I'm not going to ever do videos on what I believe is, an easy way to make fast money or something like that that I come across, which I actually plan on the next video or next couple videos doing something similar to that. But this is about longevity. It's not necessarily about trying to grab money. And I'm talking about for you guys. Um, you know, it's easy. It's easy to, get a job down the street digging ditches at night, right? Not many people want to do it, but how long can you last, right? So grabbing the dollar is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a sustainable business that will feed us forever, as well as the ability to leverage it. We can leverage it with debt. We can leverage it um, by working part time on it and still holding a job and treating that as a very big asset that it is. I'm a true believer that the JLB, as much as everybody wants to get out of it, is a very big asset that can take a lot of pressure off people of trying. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, like, I lost my job, I need this to make it work. And chasing money is never the answer to this. And so let's just kind of go through. I mean, I'll just throw this out there. I can see the comments over here. Typically, I probably most of the time, most of my views from this will come after. So unfortunately, I probably am setting up these lives wrong, and nobody knows that I go live. But one day I'll figure it out. But let's just jump in and kind of go through this in the sense of hold on, of why I choose to talk about certain things. And again, anybody who is watching this, you have the ability to get a bunch of bonuses by just signing up for a trial or upgrading. If you already have that GoHighLevel software, you could always upgrade to get these bonuses. I won't talk much about this in this, but it's there. You can comment for the link, or you can just go to one of my videos and comment there for that link. And so software as a service has always been a controversial thing. As I mentioned, I don't know how many companies like me to talk about this, but the bottom line is that software is a losing man's game or women's game. What do I mean? That means that no matter who you are, no matter how good you are, you're always going to lose money on the front end to acquire. That is what software companies do. That's why they go out and get a ton of investments from outside companies. Now, it could be an extremely profitable business, but the reality is to acquire your customers because of the price point, you're always going to lose money. Very rarely will you not. Now, I will give you an example like from Alex Becker, Hyros. He probably was able to acquire customers, especially in the beginning, because of his huge following already. And so he was probably acquiring customers for maybe a couple $100, and his software is extremely expensive. I mean, at one point I was paying $2,000 a month, right? And some people pay for the year. And so what most people talk about when it comes to the software business and how, I understand why it's shiny, is that it can create such um, a massive hands-off income. But the reality is that if you're not always adding new people to it, the churn rate eventually will eat all of your business alive. I don't care how good you are. I don't care what software you offer. Um, at some point, people will find a way or a reason why they don't need it anymore. And that is why the service tied to the software is the most important aspect that you need to get through your mind, like ASAP. Okay. And I've talked about this. If you're trying to sell a software to a plumber, even a realtor, and I talked about that in my video that I did yesterday. If there's no services tied to it, they won't use it and they're going to cancel it. It's a fact. It is a fact. And I'll argue till I'm blue in the face. And somebody will probably bring up some caveat, 1 out of a million chance. And that's okay, because I'm not here to play the game of trying to build a business around 1 out of a million. I'm trying to get the best odds when it comes to building a business. Okay. And so we want to do the service with the software. We want to provide rep management using the software to provide it. Right. And so what's our mechanism? Our mechanism is our ability to provide the service. We're selling them the service. And the cool thing is that with this tool, with this, let's say, this is what I use, GoHighLevel. Everybody knows that. Is that what I do for niche A? If they cancel, it's literally you could even use the same sub account and just do it for another plumber, electrician, insert whatever niche you want. And you could do that with lead gen. You could do that with ads. My ability to scale back in 2004, well, let's say scaling was like 16, 17, was the ability to copy funnels and get them up fast. Run Facebook ads to loan officers was one of our first ads that we ran to acquire customers. And they were up and running within 24 hours because we knew what the ad was going to say. We've already done it and had success. We knew what funnel was converting because we had the data on it. All we did was duplicate, run. It was like a 10-minute thing. And so that's the beauty of offering the service, because if I'm offering a software, now I'm trying to teach, onboard, convince, share, discuss, and argue with a business owner on why a funnel looks a certain way, right? Instead of being like, hey, you hired me to do the work and now I'm going to do it. All right. And so we went through some research here. And again, I'm looking at chats here. I don't think there's anybody even here. So whoever's watching now, is there anybody here? There's a couple of you here hanging around. What's up, Ronald? And the stats are, you know, as clear as day. And so it really doesn't make sense for somebody like you, like somebody that doesn't have immense amount of capital, a ton of time, and a lot of business experience, to try to start your own SaaS company. I know how sexy it sounds. I get it. I not only do I know how sexy it sounds, um, I mean, even though I know the business model doesn't work, it even sounds sexy to me. But what sounds sexier is when you run the numbers and when you figure out that, like, wow, it is no harder to convince somebody to purchase something that's $197 than $997. It really isn't, because it's just a conversation solving a problem. When you sell a software, you're maybe solving one problem and adding 20 more to it. All right. And so what can you actually sell? So a big thing now is AI, and I'm getting very heavy into AI, and you absolutely can sell just AI, just chatbots, just chat voice to local businesses, 1,000%. But why would that be the only thing that you want to sell? Wouldn't you want to sell them lead generation, reputation management, SEO, outsource it, and package them up for $2,000 a month? So when new features come out, it's just new services that we provide. We don't try to sell them on AI. We try to sell them on the outcome of what AI can do. What's the outcome mean? Well, AI voice. Plumber, how many missed calls do you get? How many people reach out to you via your website and you just don't have time to do it? Your secretary sucks. Well, imagine you can get rid of your secretary because half the time she's scrolling through Instagram and not paying attention and not answering the phone. And how about we add this AI voice where they can answer, schedule, and answer questions based on what we tell it to do? Now you can get rid of, and look, I'm not here to try to fire everybody, but there's certain positions that you can replace it with, and that's a reality of life and business. And so I guess the best thing about it is on the selling feature is, hey, plumber, if I'm doing a client qualification interview, which if you've been following my channel, you know what that is. You say, hey, listen, plumber, do you have a secretary? Oh, yeah, I do. She answers the phones. Cool. What do you charge? What do you pay her? We pay her $35,000 a year plus benefits, maybe a 401k. Yeah, we haven't done that yet, right? And so I'm okay, cool. So that's $35,000 a year plus benefits, and now I'm calculating it, right? I'm like $35,000 a year. Benefits is going to probably cost them another 500 a month. I'm going through all this in my head. And by the way, I just had a conversation with somebody about that. This $4,000 a month. You got payroll taxes. It's about 15%, so it's 48,000. No, I'm sorry, that's 35,000 times 0.15 payroll taxes. It's another 52. So basically, I'm spending $45,000 to $50,000 a year for somebody to answer the phone when I can replace that person. Oh, what's your average job? And this is how you sell them. What's your average job, plumber? Typically, when I go out, I say on average, my average client value, let's say about $600. Cool. So if you're paying your secretary 50,000, this is what I want you to picture in your head. If you're paying your secretary $50,000 a year, and I want you to imagine and just honestly, like, play along with me. $50,000 a year, your average job is 600. So you're actually doing for the year 83 jobs just to keep a secretary. Now imagine that you could now get rid of your secretary and you can save that money or do 83 less jobs. Maybe now instead of going out for $600, you now wait for the jobs that are $1,000. Would that make you happy? Would that give you more time with your family? Because in the beginning of our conversation, you said that you wish you had more time with your family. right? And that's what that client qualification interview does. And so if you notice here, and I'll do a video on this, I'll write it down because I always do, is how to actually sell, because we don't really sell, right? I'm going to do a video on this. We have a conversation, and conversations are the best ways to sell, right? Conversations sell. Selling does not, unless you're like, the Wolf of Wall Street. And so that is kind of what you do. You pinpoint their pain points, and then you now know what to offer them. And there's no selling that is involved, right? And so AI is a feature. We talked about miscalled text backs, CRMs, funnels, websites tracking. Like, a business owner is not going to do any of that stuff. And so GoHighLevel truly is for you. It's for the marketer. It's not for the client. It was actually built for the marketer. It was. And for anybody else that, and I get the shininess of it, like, oh, wow, I can get, a client on here, and that client, I could run all of his calls and text messages through it, and then his credit card's going to be on file. I'm going to make the difference between 0.00006 cents per phone call, and I'm going to charge him 0.00007 cents for a phone call. I'm going to make 0.00. It's such small thinking that this is why a lot of people fail. Okay. And so we'll skip that. And so how are you selling a software if it's actually services that you're providing? You're not. And you're selling a service with the software. The software is for you. Okay. And so I know a lot of people say this to me, believe it or not. I got a message yesterday from my video, and I knew that this was going to happen, is, James, other people are doing it. Other people, I saw somebody post in the group that they have 100 SaaS clients, 200 SaaS clients, and dig a little deeper when you see those posts, and go to their Facebook page and see who they're actually selling to, because they're not selling to local businesses. Very rarely. You might get a guy who landed a realtor, in-house realtor that has, or a brokerage, I'm sorry, that has 15 realtors, and then they all kind of use it. But you saw me give that example of that YLOPO yesterday, which is like only geared toward realtors. And so every market has kind of their niche of softwares that kind of offer these all-in-one service, all-in-one things, but ultimately they all offer the services to retain them and to have them keep using them. Because if you don't have the service tied for it, it's just another expense in their expenses that they don't want. Okay. And so most of the time they're selling to coaches or other agencies. Believe me, I know there's a very popular person that uses GoHighLevel that brags all the time about how many clients he has, and his clients are agencies. I know they are, because I've had two people that I forced off my white label GoHighLevel and transferred them over to his, because that's what his offer is. His offer is for agencies. And then eventually what happens is that the agency finds out what GoHighLevel is, and they're like, what the hell am I paying this guy for? I can just go get it myself. Right. That cat is out the bag. So anyway, I don't want to go through disclaimers and all that stuff, so we'll skip over that. And so this YLOPO, like, this is meant for realtors, and it's a software, but really what it is they're offering lead gen and lead nurture and dynamic video ads and CRM integrations, blah, blah, blah. And so, these are multi-million-dollar companies, SaaS companies, but they're offering the services. And so I'm going to always bring this up, because this is the foundation of simplicity, and simplicity wins, always does, always will. No matter what you see in the marketplace, no matter what you see, even with AI, new AI, all that is an upsell. AI chatbot. It could be a front end offer too, by the way. You could close them on a trial, hook up AI voice. Hey, if you like it, it's $297 a month. Oh, you love this? Imagine if we were running lead generation, running ads where the ads can get sent to a landing page, and we could have a chatbot on that landing page, and they can close your clients and schedule you in for estimates right then and there. Imagine how we could catapult your lead quality. Imagine how we can book you more appointments. Doesn't that sound great? $997. You see how you're adding more services? They all tie into each other. So this is where our value ladder looks like. Again, I want you to keep watching. I already mentioned this, but these are all the bonuses I give for using 30-day trial. And I'm confident because of all these things. And again, I don't want to. So let's just talk about this. So this is a very important screenshot that I did. I don't know, February of last year, I think it was, where these clients here, the effort to retain these clients is no different than the effort to retain these. There isn't. Matter of fact, it's harder to retain low ticket clients that these people were utilizing just a software. These people had rep management tied to it, so they were easier to keep than these. But when you give this is how I get massive results for people who pay me a lot of money. And people who pay me a lot of money, I then have the cash flow to put back in my business, hire account managers, spend money on ads to acquire more customers. And I would never be able to do that with tiny little payments. No matter what you think, you're wrong. I'm not saying anybody here thinks that way, but no matter what you think, trying to get 50 SaaS clients, and we'll get to that in just a second, right? We talk about packaging, right? So this is how you get to higher prices by packaging and offering more services. And trying to get to $10,000 a month is going to equate to 50 clients. Guys, I've been in the coaching business for a very long time. Okay. Essentially, I'm selling business to business, right? I'm selling business consulting to business owners, agency owners, or startup agency owners. 8,000 of them to be exact, a little more than that nowadays. But do you know what kind of human capital it takes for me to manage, run, support hundreds of clients? It's exhausting. It's why we charge what we charge. Compared to if you were just working with 5 clients at $11.97 a month, that's 71 grand a year. And I promise you, you can do this on the side. You don't even need to quit your job. Imagine you're making 60 grand a year. You're sick of life and you hate yourself for it. And you're like, damn it, I wish I would have done something different in my life 20 years ago. Well, today you can, okay? And you can do this without quitting your job. Now, how happy would you be working a 9 to 5? I just want you to think about this for a second. And then making 70 extra $1,000 a year. So in actuality, and you're making 60. So now you're making 130. And you have all of the tax write-offs that a business enables you to have. And that's with 5 clients that you can easily, and I mean easily, manage. And so if you want to go from 71 to 200,000, 8 clients at $2,000 a month, easily manageable. You can manage up to about 10, right? So 10 at $11.97. So if you want to keep our packages small, times 12, that's 143 grand. 10 clients at $11.97 is 143 grand, and 24.97 times 5 clients times 12 is 150,000. So 5 clients at $2,500 a month, 5 clients at $2,500 a month is $150,000. Take $20,000 off for expenses. 130. You can handle 5 clients at $2,500 a month, part-time, easily. The hard part is, all right, well, how do I sell somebody that package? That brings me back to this, because this is where they get caught, because they believe they need to hit people over the head with a sledgehammer instead of naturally progressing your offer to include and up to the 2,500. So you can land a client for free, show them what you're worth or what you got, get them in your sphere, do great work for them, land them on a 497 rep management, and then get back on the phone a couple weeks later to see if they're happy, and then start the conversation of upselling. That's how you go from that. You don't start at 2,500 a month. Now, if you have results, you're an agency that has results, and you have a package, be my guest. Never do anything for free. You've already paid your dues. I do not take on clients that are less than $4,000 to $5,000 a month, which is about 75% profit on that 4,000 to 5,000. because most of the stuff I outsource now. And so, but I paid my dues, right? I did all the free work in the beginning, 2014, 2015. A lot of clients that eventually became my clients, I did free work on for. And so you work your way up, you upsell them, you ask for a referral, and you repeat the process. You interview them, we don't sell them, and then we close them, and we just go in the circle of life. All right, I'm going to throw this out there. Does anybody have any questions before I get to the end of this? What I'm going to do is, while I wait to see if anybody has any questions, I'm going to I want to pull up something because I don't think any of you believe me, whoever's watching this, that like charge high ticket for this. So I'm just going to go into my group. Hold on. Oh, I thought I was sharing the wrong screen. Okay, I'm just going to go into my group. I'm just going to go and search for our most recent high ticket post. This one was 600. Here. Let me share the screen. Okay, so here's one of our coaching group. Okay, Jason, sorry if I should have probably did that. Damn it. 6 deals closed this week, over $16,000. So 16,000 divided by 6. That's an average client value of $2,666. Okay, you can see his payments right here. 3997, 24. These are a student of ours. As you can see, 54 comments, over 1,000 people reached. Facebook sucks with their reach. But here, I don't know if students are going to want me to share their names. So let me do this the proper way. And I only show this to you guys. Here's one for 1,500, but let me just find a higher ticket one. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'll show you Dale. Okay, so this one here is Dale. Finish end of December. Just received a verbal with another Computers Reach lead for $3,000. That's $9,000 for the month so far in new clients. Dale joined us 6 to 9 months ago. He did get the mentorship, but look here, Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. It doesn't matter because I showed her. Actually, this is easier to show. So Ava works on the lower ticket side. She does smaller things and then upsells. So these are average $282. This sales contest was who can land the most clients, and these are the top 4. So 16,279 average client value of 2,035. Josh, great guy. I did an interview with Josh on my YouTube channel. Divided by 3, average client value of 1,700, and Anash average client value of 1,200. Okay, and so that kind of shows you. Well, here's Dale, 3,197. Sarah, $1,000, $1,600 down, $600 a month. So anyway, you get the point. This isn't out trying to land $50, $97 payments. That's just stupid. But it could be about landing $97, $297, $197 payments in the beginning, and then upselling them to the $1,000, $2,000. And then once you go through that process, you no longer have to offer low ticket services. You can then just start off with like, hey, I worked with so and so. I've gotten them 100 leads in the last 30 days and they closed 30 of them. That increased their revenue. This is an ad that you can run locally. This increased their revenue. They brought in $40,000 of new revenue last month. Anybody else in the local area want me to do the same thing for you? It's going to cost you $2,500, right? That's where you evolve. You evolve into this, like, got to get started, got to push the boulder up the hill. And once I get it to the top and I have the case studies and the reputation and the confidence within myself and my, let's say I do have a team, then I can go out and hit home runs every time I go up to bat. That's how it works. Now, since none of you have any questions, maybe nobody's here anymore, then I'll just, I don't know, finish with jump on a GoHighLevel trial. I'll wait a few minutes. All this. So if everything sounds cool, right? And again, in all my videos, I share how you could get this stuff because otherwise everybody asks me. GoHighLevel is the tool we use. So I give you a full-blown training on it, updated whenever it needs to be updated. We even will have some Facebook ads and pay-per-click training. I'll give you an agency site if you don't have one, 13 done-for-you funnels, follow-ups, training behind them. That rep management that everybody loves so much. We talk about the value. I mean, I forgot what Amazon calls it, but anyway, the chart that I showed you guys where we get to the upsell part and then the referral. Well, we could automatically ask for referrals, and then all my scripts, prospecting trackers, onboarding forms, pricing and traffic sheets. And most important, every week we have support plus boot camps. We run a boot camp every single month for everybody that is in our private school group. And that's yielded a ton of results for people because it holds them accountable. It's kind of like boot camp accountability partner type thing. Seen a lot of success with that, and we'll keep doing that. But in order to get access to that private group, you must be an affiliate or coaching student or mentorship student of ours. Okay. All right, guys. This is my summary of my video yesterday and me explaining everything of why I think the way I do, because I just know that I'm right. Sounds so pompous. It's crazy. I get it. But if nobody has any questions, then this live chat is about to end. And that will be the end of the Cliff Notes. I guess we'll see you on the next one. I still don't see anybody. Peace out.